nice to finally meet you, talk to you face to face. It's not, I mean, it's digital, but you know.
Isn't everything now in this crazy world we're currently in, right?
That's true. Big facts. So today we're gonna be talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I am pumped. We kind of had this back and forth for a little while, like discussing it, but we can actually get on the platform and, you know, discuss it. So I'm very excited.
I did. I've got one Avatar shirt and I put it on today.
Dude, I didn't even notice that. That's awesome. It's like an Airbender.
Dude, I got it. Oh, yeah. I bought the Earthbender one for my girlfriend, and I was like, "There's no way I'm buying her one and not getting myself one." So,
right. So your girlfriend is into Avatar as well?
Yeah, man, I got her in. That's it, and she was hooked.
Same with my wife. Like, I had to get her into it. She never really watched it, you know, as growing up. But
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't even know where to start hardly with this because it is so much to unpack. Like, I want to cover a lot of stuff, but I don't want to, you know, overwhelm the viewers. Because I could talk about it. Yeah. I could talk about it for hours. So yeah. I guess we can start with favorite characters, favorite and least favorite characters from the show. Sure. What are yours?
My favorite character has always been Toph. When she came in, I thought she was an absolute game changer. Like, the show was already great, but when Toph came in, she just brought such a dynamic. And especially because, you know, we'd already spent over 25 episodes with Aang, Katara, and Sokka. So,
exactly,
you know, we just needed something to shake it up a little bit. And I thought Toph, she was just brilliant. And because she's so different to the other three as well. And so different to Aang, like the protagonist. Like, you know.
Pretty much the opposite.
Yeah. Yeah, and like everything.
Yes, exactly. And I love the nickname she gives him, Twinkle Toes.
Yeah.
I love that.
I also love how that survives into Legend of Korra as well, and she calls Korra Twinkle Toes. I mean, like, you just nailed Toph. Like, it's still Toph. And also the way that she earthbends through feeling rather than seeing, like, was just
mind blowing, bro.
Right?
It's crazy.
Because it was even like, you know, it wasn't even like we were just going to learn about earthbending. We were learning earthbending through such a unique perspective as well.
Exactly. And the way that she sees things through her feet and like the vibrations, and like, it's just something that you never really would think about.
No. Well, that is it. Only the creators would have ever thought about that. Like,
seriously.
And then obviously she invents metal bending. Like, let's not even start there.
I was going to talk about how the group kind of had to get used to having a blind person in the group, like, you know, and it kind of teaches acceptance and kind of teaches it. The show teaches so many things. Like, it talks about love. It talks about loss. It talks about accepting others. And especially when they go to the Fire Nation in book 3, you know, we think that everybody in this nation is evil or born bad. And, you know, that's not really the case. It's just kind of a learned thing. And I think that's kind of how it is with society. You can apply a lot of things to society from this show.
Yeah. Well, if you think about book 3, the most evil character we meet in book 3, you know, outside of Ozai and Azula, is Hama, who's a waterbender. And you're
right.
Like,
you're right.
Oh, okay.
So everybody, and they talk about that. And Aang says that everybody is capable of good and evil.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's kind of like that, and you can apply that to the real world. Let's talk about your least favorite character. Can you even come up with a least favorite character? Because it's all the characters have so many levels and so much depth.
Yeah. I guess none of the sort of main characters we meet, I have. I mean, it may be just like a minor character somewhere, but kind of off the top of my head, I've never even like thought there was the possibility of having a least favorite character.
Yeah, exactly.
It's difficult.
But if you had to pick one.
If I had to pick one.
Ready to go first?
I think, No, go on.
Okay. I'm gonna start with least favorite. I would say probably Jet.
Okay.
And it's not that I dislike Jet. It's just like he didn't bring a whole lot. He brought a little bit to the main characters, but he didn't bring a whole lot to the show, in my opinion.
Right.
I did enjoy his arc. And he came back a little bit, and they didn't really explain if he died or it was a little unexplained. But if I had to pick one, I would say Jet.
Oh yeah, no, I think if I had to pick a least favorite, it'd probably be Ozai. Just because I think he ends up just being evil for evil's sake, and you know. So I mean, in the end, the villains that we follow are Zuko and Azula. But I think, I just think Ozai was sort of wasted, and by extension of that Mark Hamill was wasted in the end as well, which was a shame.
I think they could have. I agree with you. I think they could have used Ozai a little bit more. Gave him the spotlight a little bit more. Also, like seeing his upbringing a little bit. See what shaped him to be this way. They didn't really dive deep into that.
No, and that was a shame. When you are the show's main antagonist as well, to a degree, you're the biggest boss.
Yeah, the biggest boss, the finale boss. I wish we would have dove a little bit deeper into that, but yeah. So let's move on. I can keep talking about this.
What about your favorite character? We haven't got your favorite character.
I didn't get to that.
Yeah.
My favorite character, I would say Aang. I know that's probably the most basic answer, but Aang, he just has so much growth throughout the 3 seasons and 3 books, and I just think Aang, I just really enjoy his character a lot. He has like this fun, loving, way about him, and he has all this pressure, to be the Avatar. He's like 12 years old, even though he's 112. Like his mentality is 12 years old, and I just think that's just wild that he has all that pressure on him, but he can still have fun, still be, a fun-loving kid. But also, he does struggle with that a little bit towards the end of the series. Right before the invasion, he struggles with like night terrors and having to train, feeling that he has to train and stuff like that. So it does show the struggle, but it also shows this kid that's happy and happy-go-lucky. So I think Aang is probably my favorite character. But moving on, what is your favorite book, your favorite season? Right. Over there, you probably say series, right? Your favorite series.
We say series, but, sticking to the Avatar setup, we'll go for book because that's how they did it. Awesome. Book 2. I mean, hands down. Yeah. It's not even a competition for me, actually. Really? I think, obviously, we get the introduction of my favorite character, Toph, but we get the introduction of my favorite episode as well, which is the desert, and I'm sure we'll maybe talk about specific episodes in a bit. But the whole of book 2, it really feels as if every episode is plot. One, and in book 3 we get a few filler episodes. Whereas with book 2, I think everything is just always moving forward, and especially that middle part when Appa is missing. It's just I just don't know how to deal with it. Like
the lost days.
Yeah. It's like just what an incredible thing to do. Like for a kid show, just to really our friends have gone missing and we don't know where they are. We have absolutely no way of getting them back. And even when we feel like we're close to getting them back, there are forces working against us to stopping us from getting our friends back. And when they get to the to Ba Sing Se, and then just all the way through, and it just. I was like, does this show get any better? I mean, for me, it didn't. It's still great. Don't get me wrong. Book 3 is still amazing. But for me, it was just the pinnacle of that show. Was
book 2. I really enjoyed the library episode and that whole desert arc. I feel like that's where we really. I mean, in the first book, we saw Aang, kind of get upset about the air nomads being destroyed, but this is like really where we see Aang like kind of crushed, and I think it was a amazing thing to see someone so happy as he was, kind of break down, and he is vulnerable too, even as the Avatar, the library episode in the desert arc was amazing to me. My favorite book would have to be 3. I would have to disagree with 2. I love 2. Like, I love this whole show. I can't say that enough.
That's it, isn't it? Right? That's it.
Yes. But book 3, I would say I enjoyed the episodes. I enjoyed more. I think they had more themes, like Sokka's Master, where he creates the sword from the asteroid. Yeah. Bro, I thought that was amazing. And he breaks down and says, I'm from the Water Tribe, talking to this firebending, Fire Nation master. And he's like, the art doesn't belong to any one nation. And I was just like, oh my gosh. That one, the Hama bloodbending episode that was introducing, I think that was kind of like a horror episode. They tried to theme it as a horror episode, but it was really awesome to see, like you said, that anyone is capable of evil, even, Water Tribe.
Yep.
But seeing that ability was just like, wow, I didn't even think of this.
Yeah, no, so I was saying like that episode is with the bloodbending. It's definitely, I think that and Southern Raiders is like they're just the darkest episode.
Darkest, yeah,
and you just,
kind of dark.
Yeah. It's definitely where Avatar really just kind of like grounded itself, and it was like, no, we're dealing with stuff. Get ready.
Yeah. And you're gonna like it.
Yeah.
Also, the Prison Break Boiling Rock episode, and that was a 2-part episode, I believe.
Yeah.
And it just had like a lot of themes in it, and I really enjoy. I think this kind of made me a Fire Nation fan. Book 1 and 2. I'm thinking, Fire Nation is terrible, and they're just the evilest. They're so evil, like that. But it made me really appreciate the bending style and just the nation itself.
Aang has to learn fire bending, and so for that to happen, we have to learn the good sides of fire bending.
Exactly.
Like, as you say, it's been evil up to that point. So, but now it's all right. Well, what's good about it? Well, here we go.
Here we go. Book 3.
Yeah.
There you go. I don't have a lot more to talk about because I could just break all this stuff down, but I just kind of wanted to hit on the animals. I thought it was really interesting the I don't know if you would say crossbreeds, but just the different animals together, lion turtles and otter penguins and stuff like that. It's just, I think that's really cool. And Momo and Appa are, huge characters in this series. And, you never would really even think that animals would be, a huge part. But like I said, with the Appa's Lost Days, he had his whole own episode from Appa's perspective. And watching it for the first time when I was a kid, I didn't think that Momo really helped any. I thought he was just, comfort, like that, like just a pet. But rewatching it, I realized that Momo helped Aang when Azula and Aang were fighting on top of the drill in book 2. And he was falling off, and Momo swoops in, and I'm just like, Momo actually did help. Wow. But did you have any closing remarks?
So I mentioned how the desert is my favorite episode, and I think what that episode did was to solidify the darker moments that we are going to have in the show. We had some in book 1 with the killing of the moon spirit, but I think with this, when it became personal, that's when it sort of changed. And seeing that other side of Aang, to know that the show had 2 sides, that's where it won out for me.
It was really heavy, really heavy. Especially, I can't say that this is a kid show. I can't say that because it's for everybody, you know.
Yeah.
And Nickelodeon doesn't usually do that. They usually make shows that are, you know, have fart jokes and, you know, SpongeBob SquarePants. But this show was just like next level. Like, I don't even know if it belongs on Nickelodeon. Can I say that? It's like,
well,
like
no, that's it. It's
different.
Netflix now. Netflix have it now. So
Exactly.
for the live action. So yeah,
I kind of want to talk about that too.
Yeah, let's do that.
I don't know much about it. Do you know much about the live action
All
series?
I know is that Michael DiMartino and Brian Konietzko are heading it, that's positive at least. They don't have Aaron Ahaz, obviously the head writer, so we'll see how that plays off. But I think knowing how a Netflix series is, because Netflix series, they're never really longer than, 13? I can only speculate.
Right.
I have absolutely no idea.
So what do you expect or want from this live action series?
Hopefully it will keep that lightness and that humor that the original animation, and I know that their plan is to have just a diverse cast. And when I say that, you know, it is, even though it's an American creation, it's so rich in Asian culture. Let's fire that into the forefront. You know, we get the kung fu films come over, and that's probably as far as it goes. And that's not enough because that's the East still producing it. The West need to produce it as well because of the Asian populations we have over here. So
yeah, that's dope. And I think that would be something much appreciated by all cultures. You know, since it is so rich in Asian culture, you know, bringing over, you know, Asian actors, Asian writers, you know, things like that. Definitely.
They're all here. They're all in the US. They're all in the UK. There's plenty of them.
Let's do it. I'm very nervous. After seeing M. Night Shyamalan's version, I am just very on the fence about it. And I know that we have some of the same creators making this version. It's just, you know, I would like to see a continuation of the animated series. I think getting those same voice actors back and you know, kind of and explaining. I know there are comic books about them, but like explaining where Zuko's mom was, and you know, finding her, seeing it in cartoon form, and you know, come through the screen would be awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna close it here. Because you know we can go on and on. Thank you, Eliot, for being on the show. Everybody out there, go check out Hakuna MaChatter. He reviews movies and some TV shows, and he does rankings and stuff. He's awesome. Go check him out. Hit him up with a subscribe, guys. Thank you again, and I'll catch you next time.